Hello, my name is Nigel. Welcome to Alchemy. This is your daily reading. It should be short, straight, and to the point. And it's for whichever sign needs it. If you see yourself in this reading, it's yours. If you don't, it isn't. Simple as that. Okay, looks like it's going to be a heavy one for someone here. I'm going to move some of these out of the way temporarily so I can get to these cards. Okay, this reading is about someone who has been through some serious pain. They have picked their heart up off the floor and started down a path. This took a great deal of strength. As you can see, this person is leaving a trail of blood behind them. This pain was intense, but they found the strength to get up and move forward. This did cause some nightmares. You may have had, whoever's reading this is, you may have had trouble sleeping. You've definitely had trouble sleeping. And this stems from you trying to get something from a source that wasn't able to give it to you. Perhaps a source that promised certain things and did not come through. Perhaps a source that looked a certain way, appeared a certain way, spoke a certain way, but didn't follow through in some way. As you can tell, this person is trying to keep warm. It looks like a fire, but it isn't. It's just a picture of a fire. And he is attempting to sit there and get warm, and he remains cold. So likewise, you may have been trying to, you may have believed what you saw, believed what you heard, and not understood that this source was unable to give you what you needed, what you required, what they promised, perhaps. Oof. So you do have vanity and pride. You know, for some of you, this might have been you. You might have had a certain amount of pride about the situation where you were determined to see something that wasn't there, or this might have been the person that you're dealing with, right? They might have been very egotistical, unable to give you what you wanted. You do have assistance here from your spirit guides. If you believe in them or not, your spirit guides are with you. You may be slipping into your divine feminine, whether you are male or female. Your divine feminine is a very intuitive side. We have both within us, by the way. And so you may be feeling very intuitive these days. If you indeed went through this dark night, so to speak, you did come out the other side battered, bruised, but stronger and more intuitive. You do have here the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, is whatever happened in this situation definitely rocked your stability. It could have been your financial stability. It could have been your stability in general. It made you very unstable. This definitely could be a job situation, but I think for many of you, this is a relationship. So your stability was rocked for sure. Here you have the Seven of Swords reversed, and it does show self-deception. So it goes right back to this card. You may have been deceiving yourself, okay? You may have been deceived, but on top of it, you may have been deceiving yourself here. You do have the House of God, and what ensued was the Tower. This is the Tower in most decks. This is the House of God in this deck. The Tower ensued. This situation brought about a Tower moment. This situation, I can tell by these cards, brought about something that seemed to have come out of the blue. But I think what happened was it went from your subconscious to your conscious mind, and you all of a sudden had clarity. I'm shocked that the Ace of Swords isn't on the table. I think you did have a moment of clarity, and that clarity brought pain with it. A great deal of pain for someone. You are stepping into a time of rebirth. But as you can tell from this card, death must come first. You have to experience the pain of death, and then you experience a rebirth. You do start working on yourself again, right? You become your own great project, for sure. Yeah, look, you have the unicorn. You do end up finding something of value here, for sure, because even here, it says new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. The new moon in Libra is October 2024. So if you work on yourself, it looks like you will have another chance at love at that time. But this does look like a process for someone. This does look painful for someone. I might also point out to you that you have 2 sevens. You have the House of God, which breaks down into the number 7, plus you have the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is to keep a lookout for messages from Spirit in your day-to-day life. It's a significant time for change, but it's also a significant time for messages. And like I said, you may be feeling very intuitive, and your intuition will pay off here, for sure. Here at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Hanged Man, The Hanged Man, which is what comes later, is growth and expansion and a pause. Right? So you create a pause for you to process all this, right? But this breaks down into the number 3. So you go from the 7 to the 3, you do start a new cycle, which really is beautiful. You do have some sort of stalemate for a little while. You might go into an avoidance type thing. You do have to worry about what you're looking, when you look in the mirror, what you're seeing. Are you seeing what is truly there? Or are you seeing a projection that someone put there? Someone hurt you deeply. Someone hurt you deeply. You really need to have compassion for yourself here. It's really an important time when you take this pause to have the compassion so you could have this epiphany. And you do have the passion chemistry card. We don't read these in reverse, by the way. Right? And that comes later. I do think you're going to have another chance at love here. For sure. I'm going to pull one more card. You know what? I'll pull from this deck. You are going to have a new chance at love. Whoever's reading this is, you have been through hell and back. You have been lying to yourself a little bit, for sure. I think we all do that when we're in love and someone is manipulating us or gaslighting us. But have no fear. You had the strength to pick yourself up and walk away, even if it was just healing yourself enough to walk down this path. And I commend you for that. It took a great deal of strength. Here you have angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. That goes with this. So what did I say at the beginning of the reading? Fairly at the beginning. You set the 7s mean look for messages from Spirit. You also have spirit guides. You backed up here with angels. You have your intuition here on the table. If you look in the mirror and see anything but beauty, it is your vision is askew. Your vision has been damaged by someone. Heal that. So when you move on to this passionate, beautiful, new relationship, you are healthy for it. Let this die so you can begin the great work. I wish you well. Namaste.